Genesis 44 is the chapter where Joseph's long-planned test of his brothers reaches its climax. The story has been building toward this moment. Joseph wants to see whether the men who once betrayed him will now stand up for the youngest brother, Benjamin, or whether they will abandon him just as they abandoned Joseph. The chapter is about test, guilt, confession, and the first glimmers of true repentance. Joseph has already arranged an elaborate test throughout the story. He has treated his brothers with suspicion and severity, required them to return with Benjamin, and sent them away with their money still in their sacks, hidden beneath the grain. When they discover the money previously, they are terrified, thinking they are being accused of theft. Now, in chapter 44, Joseph takes the test one step further. He has his silver cup placed in the sack of Benjamin. He then sends a servant after them, accusing them of stealing the very vessel that sits on the governor's table. The brothers, horrified, respond with a bold statement of integrity. They say, "Whichever of your servants is found with the cup will die, and the rest of us will be my lord's slaves." They are confident that none of them is a thief, and they are willing to accept the highest penalty. But when the servant searches their sacks, he finds the cup in Benjamin's bag. The brothers are devastated. They tear their clothes in mourning and return to the city, following the servant back to Joseph. This is a powerful picture. Guilt is no longer something they can deny. It is now something they must face, and they are beginning to feel the weight of it. Joseph confronts them and declares, "What deed is this you have done? Do you not know that a man such as I can indeed practice divination?" The brothers are at a loss. They can only lament their guilt and explain that they are all willing to remain as slaves. But then Judah speaks up. He steps forward and becomes the leader his father Jacob never recognized, the one who will bear the burden of the entire family. Judah offers to take Benjamin's place and remain as a slave instead of his younger brother. He does not try to justify his actions now. He simply pleads, "Let your servant remain instead of the boy as a servant to my Lord." Judah's willingness to sacrifice himself for Benjamin contrasts sharply with the day years ago when he sold Joseph into slavery. Then he had no pity. Now he shows compassion toward the very kind of brother he once betrayed, his father's favored son. In that moment, the change in the brothers begins to become visible. Their character is shifting. The men who once laughed at Joseph's dreams are now ready to weep for their brother's life. Genesis 44 teaches us several very important lessons. True repentance shows itself in sacrifice. Judah is not just saying, "I'm sorry." He is offering to pay the penalty himself. Repentance is not simply regret. It is a willingness to take the cost of what we have done. Guilt can be a good thing in the story. The brothers' guilt was a barrier to reconciliation for years. But now, it is the very thing that opens the door to confession. When they finally feel the weight of their sin, they can begin to confess it. God tests our hearts to reveal what we really value. Joseph is not just seeking revenge. He is trying to see whether his brothers will now stand up for the one they once treated as expendable. The test of character comes in the crisis, when the cup is found in Benjamin's sack, and the brothers are about to be taken back into slavery. The true shape of their hearts begins to show. The chapter ends with a moment of unresolved tension. But the tension is no longer the same as it was at the beginning of the story. The brothers are not just guilty men trying to escape blame. They are men beginning to feel the weight of their past sins and starting to make amends. The stage is now set for Joseph's emotional revelation and the reconciliation that will follow in the next chapter.